I'm going to discuss a range of research principles and methods. I'll look at what is known as practice as research or practice research. Here, artistic processes themselves become research methods, where the artist's studio or laptop becomes the equivalent of a science laboratory. But let's start with some general observations on what we understand by research. Firstly, there are two different types of research. The first is general. It's what everyone does when they don't know something and want to find out. It's when you Google, how do I make a beef rendang, or what's the population of China? But academic research is about finding out what no one else knows. So there's an emphasis on originality in your inquiries, or of offering a new perspective on something that everyone is familiar with. For example, a new angle in critiquing a famous painting, or an unusual insight into a novelist. So academic research is largely concerned with finding out new things, or providing new insights and ways of looking at things. And to be original in research, you need to go deeply into your subject. Think of it as searching, then searching again and again. Each time you research, you become more immersed in your subject or your practice in practice-based research. And as you dig deeper and deeper, things will become more illuminated. But remember, it is a search, and sometimes a search in the dark, as these famous researchers have noted. Here's a useful working definition to keep in mind. And if the criteria is making an original contribution to knowledge, how can art's practice constitute a significant form of research itself? Well, by doing the following: asking a question, looking to find out something, experimenting with new approaches and techniques, and by innovating, by continually reflecting back on itself and interrogating itself, being reflexive, through deep thinking and being informed by academic theories, and most crucially, by advancing knowledge. So, as Baz Kershaw points out, practice as research is a hybrid inquiry. It combines creative action with reflexive thinking towards the aim of artistic innovation. 3 useful research criteria to bear in mind are these. So in your work, whether in academic writing or arts practice, think, is this new? Is it original? Is what I'm doing or saying significant? Will it be of any interest to others? Have I been rigorous enough? Have I worked hard enough, dug deep enough, kept researching and soul-searching enough? These were the 3 criteria used in the assessment of all research outputs from UK universities in 2008. The criteria were applied to practical outputs and artworks as well as to scholarly books and articles. In 2014, another criteria was added: impact. This looked at the wider effect that each research output had or was likely to have, whether it would influence others, whether it would change the ideas or practices of others, whether it would change society or the world. When you reach that point, you start to win Nobel Prizes. So the communication and dissemination of your research is important. Your effect on your audience and how impactful it is remains key to research success. Here's a useful equation summarising the process. In terms of artistic practice as research, here are some key points to bear in mind. Think of a question or questions. Apply a particular method that isn't just practical or instinctive, but also has a conceptual and theoretical underpinning. Ensure you know and can demonstrate in your writing about your art the histories, theories, contexts and practitioners in your field. Document both your process and your final product well. Try to ensure your work will be of interest to and have an impact on your audience. Consider how your work is original and ensure you're able to argue and articulate that in writing. So let's look at how this operates using a case study of my own practice as research as director of the Chameleons Group. My arts background is both as a theatre maker and a filmmaker, and in my practice-based research I've been conjoining the 2 forms experimentally. In doing so, I've been asking research questions including the following. How can I practically reinterpret and update Antonin Artaud's theatrical theories about the human double? These were published in the 1930s. In theatre contexts, how can we confer more presence and sense of liveness to pre-recorded characters projected on a screen? And what new methods can we develop for more effective interaction and integration between stage and screen characters? So with these questions in mind, here's a clip from one of my company's first shows in 1996. I'm the guy who gets out of the car.
Just give me one more chance, let's try again. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Wendy.
I've noticed you while I've been crossing.
I've noticed you over there and over there.
Come on! Hurry up! What's the matter with you? Do you mind? We're talking.
I became a lollipop lady. Stop my meeting anywhere.
I became a hitman about that time too.
Not you morons, you're blocking the road!
Yeah! Come on! Get a move on! Hey! Sorry, I apologise. Yeah, no, take your time. No problem. Yeah, look, I've every respect for you. And the lollipop lady profession. It's a hard job, isn't it?
They think my lollipop sucks.
Try this.
So what research methods did I devise to update Artaud's theories for the digital age? His 1938 book, The Theatre and Its Double, advocated a magical new type of physical and visual theatre. He wrote of creating dream states on stage and of spectacular images of psychosis, cruelty, and the human double. We make literal his metaphor of the theatre and its double by doubling the actors. They simultaneously appear live on stage and recorded on screen. By the way, all the footage you're seeing was recorded at live theatre shows. The stage and screen embodiments are in constant battle with each other like schizophrenic personalities. In the next clip, you'll see me as a paranoid cyborg character in a 2002 show. I'm in conversation with two of my dark alter egos, my doubles.
You're breaking down. You've got to pull things together and forget the metal man bullshit.
He's here. What's going on?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing, I tell you.
Nothing he's telling you.
Well, all right.
Artaud wrote, quote, "If theatre doubles life, life doubles the true theatre. We use our screen doubles to conjure such effects." And Artaud's ideas of unmasking our primitive sides and unconscious desires and fears. We also explore a disorientation of the audience's senses.
It seems like paradise, but actually it's just an arts college.
The fun you can have here is never ending, Tanya. It's about three people who are stuck in this very hot room together forever. And the twist is that they're actually in hell. That's interactivity, isn't it?
Everything is so vivid. When you get outside, we all get doubled.
He's talking about me.
And you.
And me.
And we start to lose our memories. I don't even know who I am.
So I've asked my three research questions, and my research methods to answer them are practical experiments. But as I've said, it's also important to reflect on these and to articulate why they are original and significant. This academic argumentation is a key research method, and it should be as important to the artist researcher as it is to the theorist. So, as I continue my discourse, please note I'm drawing on various theories and historical references in delivering some of the academic findings of my artistic research. I try to make the presence of the video character have an equal strength and status as that of the live actor on stage. I try to equal their relative presences. The woman on the right is a live performer, and her double on the left is a recording. Here the live actor meets the supposed absence and past tense of her projected double, but it actually asserts itself as doubly present. Both figures have equal theatrical presence. As the real meets the virtual, the past becomes present, and absence becomes presence. Matthew Causey has discussed the moment when the double appears and the live actor confronts his or her digital other. He suggests that this representation of the self outside itself, the witnessing of the self as other, quote, enacts the subject's annihilation, its nothingness. The uncanny experience of the double is death made material. To see oneself is to demolish oneself in an autopsy of perception. Our remediations of Artaud's notions of the double relate to the shadow figure of the doppelganger, to Lacan's conception of the mirror stage and the body in pieces, and to Freudian notions of dream states, the uncanny and the subconscious id. Let's return to my research questions, and we can see how in almost every sequence my theatre company is trying to answer all three at once. How to reinterpret Artaud's theories of the human double, to enhance the liveness of filmed characters, and to create new modes of screen interaction and integration.